Time out. I was recording. Hang on. We go. You said Lil G, I guess, right? Yeah, a little gross, but Lil G. Fuck it. We're just gonna keep going. We can keep rolling, man. We on. This is yeah, artist swap and talk shop show, which we are excited. I'm excited. You
Yes, we are. Episode number 1. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. I am. I go by a lot of names in the music industry. I've been in bands. I was in Savo. Little Gross. Little Gross is my metal band project. I think Little G. I think Little G is gonna be a real quick come up in the host. And my man over here, you going by Duke, right?
Yep, this Duke over here, co-host.
Co-host.
And Lil G sounds more hip hop, so we'll call you Lil G.
Yeah, I like it, but people have to know what the G stands for.
All right, let them know what it is.
It's gross.
Before we start, where did that name come from? Because I'll tell you where mine came from.
Well, the band name it's actually my boy's last name.
Oh, okay, gross. Okay, because I thought it was an acronym for something. Okay.
No, but we say, let's say a little gross, meaning like sick, weird shit. Right. Gross.
You could take that two different ways. I thought gross was like income. I thought of income before I thought of the other side.
But I like that.
I thought like, okay, maybe they named the group Gross because they trying to get their money up.
No, we did because we wanted to talk about crazy shit and not
rock and roll shit.
Yeah, rock and roll shit, and not be judged about the shit we're talking about.
I got you.
So,
Lil G.
And then to switch it over to what I would like to do, or what I am going to do, and you already know this because I share with you a lot.
Right.
And for people that don't know our history, the reason we started talking is because we found out, well, obviously, anytime you talk to somebody, you find out you guys have some kind of chemistry. You have something you guys like. Ours was hip-hop. Ours is...
Definitely hip-hop.
It's hip-hop. And we come from totally different background in music, but in the end, we ended up in the same areas, you know?
That's what music does.
It
bridges the gap.
But then we found out, and this is AKA why the show is here, that there's artists that I know and there's artists you know, and right. I didn't know some of your artists, you didn't know some of mine, and we said, fuck it, let's do this. Let's fucking make a show where we can do this.
Where we teach each other about different hip-hop artists that we probably heard of but don't really know a lot about.
Yes, and just to clarify, for when we start having followers and listeners and all that kind of shit, just because you've heard of the name does not mean you know that artist. Correct?
True. That's true.
I mean, because anybody could say fucking, hey, you know, you heard fucking 50 Cent. Well, I've heard one song.
Well, that's how it goes. A lot of times you might just say you riding in the car with your boy and he plays something. Okay, that might be the last time you hit an artist though. So
yeah, and that's it because you weren't feeling it. You didn't really you didn't really take the time to actually dive into it. And we're gonna talk about this dude. I am right now amazed by his fucking music, and I know you could say that he's got some shit. King ISO. That motherfucker's with Strange Music. I don't know. I think he's on his own now. I think that it was his senior CD album. CDs aren't non-existent.
And you put me up on King ISO. I had never heard of him.
That motherfucker.
Of course, I heard of Tech Nine. Tech Nine. I like Tech Nine. I heard of him, but never heard of King ISO.
And everybody knows this. Even though Tech Nine is labeled as independent, and that's what he will always say. That motherfucker signs the artist. He signs them to Strange Music label, even though because they have the freedom to do what they want.
So is he what we would call like a major independent? Because he does everything from merchandising to signing artists, touring.
That's a big fuck yeah. That's a major. Dude, he's got shit from...
Videos.
Do you know he's got 21 albums?
I believe it. I remember back in the day, he had his own charter bus, I guess, going from city to city,
City.
doing his thing. This is like in the late 90s.
Dude, we're talking about even some of the biggest fucking names in hip hop don't have 21 albums. I mean, from front to back, fucking 16
And not
songs.
just 21 albums, 21 good albums.
Good. Like dude, you can't mess with Tech. You can't. Tech Nine has that ability to suck you in somehow in some way, from producing to lyrics to rapping.
Yeah, I didn't know he made beats.
Oh yeah, Tech's all over.
Yeah, I'm a fan, but not. I haven't really listened to him like that.
Well, that's
But
what
I'm
do.
definitely
Yo.
a fan, though.
I obsessed. No matter what kind of artist it is, if I like that artist, I have to go into their. How did they get to where they were? How did they get to where they're at?
It's always a story.
There's always a story, and there's always a good one if you really listen.
My question is, I know he having success as being like a big underground artist, but would he? I guess my question is, would he want to be a mainstream artist?
Never.
And signed to Universal or somebody like that?
Oh, let me back this up. Because that's a great question, and I feel I'm not. I mean, I'm no.
Because a lot of people
I'm no expert.
Don't know who Tech Nine is.
That
don't really
true.
know that don't really do the history of
that is
of
true,
hip-hop.
but you can't say that there's not a person in the radio that is some way connected to Tech Nine. Some way that artist knows an artist that worked with Tech Nine.
Oh yeah.
If it's fucking
Well,
metal,
like I just said,
Insane Clown Posse, to fucking Yellow Wolf, to who?
that's why I said
whoever.
he's like a major independent.
Yeah, major independent. Yes.
Not just independent. Where he, but a lot of them are struggling.
No, he ain't
Everybody
struggling.
knows who Tech Nine is.
He's flourishing. Same with Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf has taken an independent role and.
Well, a little different because Yellow Wolf was signed to a major for one or
Shady.
2 albums or something like that.
Shady Records. Shady Records was the only because the other one fell through. He told the dude to fuck off, fell through, and then the great Jimmy. I mean,
just because of Eminem, a lot of people know who Yellow Wolf is now.
Yes, because that is a major.
That's a major signing.
That's a major label.
Yeah, I don't even rap, but if he signed me, people would know who DuKe is in less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah, in less than a year.
I like your you gave yourself a mark, like less than a fucking year.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are no we have first of all, Chicago is not big on fucking artists, even though
not like it was in the mid-late 90s. I think we had a nice hip hop culture in the mid-late 90s, and I don't know exactly what happened.
All those guys that came out, only a couple are still out. Like a lot of the guys fell off, or I mean, let's say Kanye West.
Common just came out with a dope album.
And then we got, obviously, the only guy that I will...
Twister?
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, the only dude that we know actually represents the Midwest is Midwest Choppers.
But she's not rapping no more.
And then you got Chance. Chance is from...
Conflict.
So we do have a list, but it's not like West Coast or fucking East Coast. Like, we don't have the Biggies and the Pacs. We don't. We don't have the Biggies, and we don't have the Pacs. That's East and West.
We got Common.
We do. And I have to say, I think we get shorted, man. I think we have a lot of good artists here in the Midwest, in Chicago alone, that just get looked over because a lot of people just don't focus on our area. Even fucking the farmlands. It's all farmlands.
A lot of people that want to rhyme or do anything in entertainment leave Chicago, so that might be.
That is true.
Because I know Common had went to New York.
Very true. I have to say, you hit that shit right on the head, because
But I guess it's only right. All the record labels are either in New York or in California, right? I guess it's only right.
Well, yeah, because Chicago we get skipped.
We don't have a record label. We don't have a record label.
We don't, man. Well, we used to have the studios, and we do have the studios.
But it's a few underground artists that had legs. You know, their music had legs. It just for some reason or another, it just didn't happen. You heard of you heard of Soldiers at War? They had a little following back in the early 2000s, late 90s.
I've heard this is a prime
they used
example.
To be outside
I heard of the name.
Billboards and posters passing their CDs
this is
out.
a prime example. I heard the name.
Right,
I never listened to the music. So that would be a great artist for the show, at which we're on right now. And no, I have never listened to the music. I have heard the name. But that goes right back to that, too. You know, that's why we're here. This is why we're doing this. This is our show. So back to King ISO.
Right. See, you got to school me on him because when we was riding together, you let me listen to it, and I would.
For you guys out there, man, you guys gotta just at least check them out. And the reason I can say this honestly. The reason he hits me more at home than even fucking Eminem or
I was just about to ask you that.
Or any of those motherfuckers, bro, is because mental awareness and his bipolar and dude, it's like he's talking to fucking me, man. It's like he fucking knows what's going on in me. You know what I mean? I don't hear that shit. I do hear it sometimes in Yellow Wolves, and I can relate. I do hear it in M's, and I can relate. I could relate way more to him because he actually talks about, like, he's got a song called Manic. Mm-hmm. What you know about being manic? Fucking song, I'll have my neighbors out running out the motherfucking house. They have voices. Got voices in my head, voices in my head. That motherfucker came out of his house and said, I had this shit blaring outside the garage. He came out the house and turned around.
You turned the window. You let the windows up and turned it up.
I got my voices in my head and started singing that shit. That motherfucker said, nope, I gotta go. That's the shit I know. That's the shit I can relate to because I've been there.
That's a good point. But that just lets you know that when people put those type of issues in the music, it's all, it's somebody around the world dealing with those problems.
They're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it.
They're gonna feel it.
They're gonna know. And you can know that he's not bullshitting. He's not fucking just writing it to write it.
And I can't relate to that. But as an artist, he dope. He can rhyme. He can rhyme.
He can fucking rhyme, bro. His mind doesn't stop, which goes back to he was always into music, and he was always trying to get it. He had a lot of trouble putting words easily to flow, like easily just fucking open. Like how all of a sudden, like I could just start playing the drums, because I made beats for fucking 10 years. All of a sudden, my arms and my legs, they fucking know what to do when they look at a drum set.
So when you do music, do you put that in the music? What you going through and been through as far as the bipolar?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, especially a lot of my anger and all that kind of shit, bro, goes, and I've let you listen to it. And I'm not here to promote my fucking metal band, but I love music no matter what aspect of music, hip hop, fucking metal, whatever. That's where a lot of my anger and aggression goes to, obviously, because I am the lead singer in that shit. I have to let shit out. That's my way of letting anger out in a way. But the older I get, it's harder to make metal because I don't have a fucking band. Like I don't know people, dude. Like.
So metal is not like hip hop. Like where if you're a writer and a producer, you can go in the studio and make a song by yourself.
If you know how to play every fucking instrument.
Okay.
If you know how to play the guitar,
you
know how to play.
But you do metal over a hip hop beat, over a drum beat, or just like a hip hop track or something. You could.
Lil Wayne, I think, did a whole CD. Didn't he do a whole rock
I don't
CD?
know.
I think it was Lil Wayne 5. It was all like rock and roll beats.
Okay.
So yeah.
I don't know, but he might have.
And yes, absolutely.
You thought about doing that?
Yes, it's gonna be. And let me tell you, Lil G is working on it. Lil Gross is AKA Lil G, AKA CWB, AKA
How many names you got?
I got so many. I'm like, oh, dirty bastard.
Lil G. What was the other one?
CWB.
What does that stand for?
That's Crazy White Boy.
Okay. CWB.
That's why I was called that Bloom. Blew back in the Heights,
Okay.
Chicago Heights, 708-60411. Represent, you know what I'm saying? City of Al Capone.
BWB.
So when I was at Bloom, I was very, I told you this before, it was like prison. There was no fucking doors, stalls on the bathroom. You had to take a shit wide open.
There was a lot of high schools like that. That was like some Lean on Me shit.
That was the 90s. That was our
You seen Lean on Me, right?
Yeah.
Crazy Joe. That was like some Lean on Me. You gotta come through a metal detector just to go to class. That's ridiculous.
We had metal detectors and the cops with the wands.
I'm glad I ain't had to deal with that going to high school.
Every morning, man. Every fucking morning. Anyways, anybody who knows you grow up in a rough neighborhood, you have to adapt. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to know.
And you have to want to get away from that shit.
Absolutely.
That's one of the main things.
You don't want to stay in that life.
You got to know that the world is bigger than this square.
I mean, let's face it. If you're going to ride with the gun, you wouldn't die by the gun, right? I mean, that's just fucking, that's life. You know, you're gonna lay it down. You're gonna lay it down. Fuck it. I mean, that's no. Nobody wants to stay in that.
You had me listen to King ISO, and I was feeling it, so I checked out a little more of his stuff. Yeah, he got some stuff you can ride to and bump.
Dude, the beats are, and now that goes back to Tech Nine, Strange Music. I mean, any artist coming from Strange Music, and I have lots of them. I'm not going to go start firing them off right now because we have a whole goddamn show.
So you would say more of your hip-hop taste is underground? Because I go both ways.
I'm both.
I'm just a hip-hop fan.
I'm both. I mean, look, obviously Eminem.
You know, it's funny because Eminem started as an underground artist.
He did.
He started battle rapping. So.
But look where he's at now. I mean, come on, man. You can say it, don't say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it. That motherfucker's GOAT. You can say it, don't say it. I don't care. His numbers, his sales, his writing, his rapping, his styles. I don't give a fuck. He's got it.
Sales don't make you dope, but Eminem is dope with a lot of sales.
Yes. You're right, because
sales don't make you dope.
Sales don't. And you know what? I have to say I agree with Yellow Wolf. He said this in the interview that us as people, we get adapted to voices, to people's voice, to the radio.
That's called programming. That's why it's called programming.
And they program it into your fucking ears, and every time that motherfucker gets a hit, fucking numbers go flying, you know? And those motherfuckers can take a shit and it's a hit.
It's called programming. They do it on purpose. They gonna play the same song 10 times in 2 hours just to get you programmed. But you notice how the song could be terrible and you singing along to it.
Yeah,
you singing the hook to it.
It's caught in your head. Yeah, and it's shit. But some artists they don't have to do that with. Eminem, they didn't have to do that with Eminem. I mean, he would have got you anyway.
Because he didn't make terrible music though.
No, he didn't. And he admits he sold his soul. He sold his soul to the devil to get his shit. He admits that. M said that.
Oh, you said
and he'll say it again. He sold his soul to the devil to get his Grammy, to get his Emmy, to get everything.
Sold his soul as far as what? Making music that he normally wouldn't make, like making music with a pop star on the hook?
Sometimes each person considers themselves as a sellout or whatever in some kind of way.
A lot of rappers, they always said that back in the day when you start making songs with old disco beats and somebody singing on the hook.
Yeah, you're selling out, motherfucker. You go mainstream.
To each his own. I ain't saying. To each his own.
But no, I think more or less. But you're right. But that's not what I think he meant by it. What he meant by it is.
I never heard him say that. That's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, he says it in like 7,000 of his songs.
Oh, for real? Oh.
There's a lot of different songs that he talks about in different aspects. He mentions it a couple times. The song with God, what's his name? Joyner
Lucas?
Yes.
Okay.
Love the fucking song. It's off the album Kamikaze. Kamikaze is...
I didn't listen to a lot of that album.
Oh, so fucking dope.
Or the Relapse album I heard was dope.
Relapse.
Relapse.
Yes.
Dope.
The Relapse is good. Relapse, and then the only one, dude, I'll be honest, and I don't give a fuck. People get pissed. Don't even know that you fan. The revival, dude. I could give a fuck less. And the only reason he did is because people said, "Oh, you have nothing to say." So he said, "Let me go ahead, social issues. Let's get political. Let's do this. Let's do that."
But you know what? I heard a lot of people criticize him for just rhyming and not saying nothing.
Yeah, because they say he has got nothing to say, but he does have something to say.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it. I heard a lot of people in the music industry, other rappers, criticize him for just rhyming. Just rhyming. Yeah.
But that's his ability. If you could do it, and if they could do it, they would be able to do it.
And they would do
it. They would do it.
But after you get so much success and you keep coming out with the same type of records, you're gonna get that.
You're gonna get that. And I think this last album he did it for multiple reasons.
He did this last album for the pure Eminem fans.
Yes. And you know what? I think he woke up a lot of artists. And we talked about this outside the show. Dude, a lot of old rappers and a lot of guys are going to start dropping albums. LL Cool J just goddamn. Holy shit. Look, people, when I grew up, I was all metal, Marilyn Manson, Pantera, fucking Slayer, all that kind of shit. Never took down the path of hip-hop until I got older and I was in high school, and obviously I went to Bloom, and
you was around a lot of hip-hop.
I was always around. That was it. The metal I represented, I was the only one wearing Manson and Pantera shirts in Bloom. Crazy white boy. Here goes crazy white boy. Watch out. That motherfucker will fuck you up, though. Don't say it to him. You know, that's just where it came from. You know, there's crazy white boy. And then all of a sudden it became a badge for me as like a good thing. Not as a bad thing. You know, not like, oh shit, Looney Tunes, put them in the fucking strap.
Something that you wore.
I wore it because motherfuckers knew that, like, you that's sadist, that they know me. I wore it, and I liked it. And then when I started thinking about actually writing in aspects of hip hop, and I'm sorry, but there's a big difference, and everybody can say music is music, and you know it's not. Country is country. They're gonna talk about losing their dog, wife left them, fucking tractor broke down in the field. Then you got fucking metal. They're talking about Satan, fucking flames and hell. And then hip hop, you got guns, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
That's only one part of it.
One part, that's something I wasn't done. But you know what I mean? You get to the point, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Fucking rims, fucking whatever. And there's different aspects of different music. People talk about different shit. So, yeah, when you're writing, you're going to write the way you have to get into a mindset. Now, Tech 9 is very good at just writing. Like, ask him to write about how sad he is. He'll fucking do it. Not every artist can do that either, and that separates a lot of people too. Not a lot of fucking people do that. They can do that. Yellow Wolf.
It's just a lot of rappers, I should say, that just can't write. I mean.
Well, yeah, they're crap.
I'm saying, but.
And they got ghostwriters.
A lot of them can rap, but some of them just can't write.
Can't write. I mean, that's where your ghostwriters come in. Your ghostwriters come in.
That's supposed to be no-no in hip-hop, though.
It's a big no-no. I mean, come on, man. If you can't write it, why are you saying it?
Everybody feel different about that.
I'm on that part with it. I don't fuck that. I'm not, and I would never. I'm gonna say this two ways. I would never write for somebody. I turned that down.
You would turn a check down? No, you wouldn't.
Time out.
Stop it.
Time out. They didn't offer me a check.
I'm saying if they did.
They did it though, and I said no.
I mean, because
if they were like, "Here's like fucking $300."
That's just being creative.
Here's $300. Give me your shit.
That's just being creative.
I would.
Here's $50,000. Write this song for us.
I would do that, but they didn't offer.
MC know-how.
That wasn't offered. That wasn't brought to the
I'm
table.
just saying, if it happened, you would be crazy to say no.
Now the girl wanted to start a school for kids that can sing, but have no other abilities. They can't write. No other abilities. Can't write. They can't.
That's fine because singers, a lot of singers always have writers for them. That's nothing is wrong with that.
So yeah, no, it was a good idea.
But when you're rapping, it's two different things.
I wasn't part. I didn't want to do it. Just because.
No, I was just saying now. I wasn't talking about back then. I was saying now.
Yes, now I would. I got the fucking. You know how it goes. You get kids and shit changes, bro. Like life decisions are different.
That's just part of being creative. If somebody wants you to write a song, so now you got to get into their mind.
Yes, and being in their shoes, as they say, walk a mile in someone's shoes. You know, me personally, I don't have anything against the people who want to help people. Like you want to check for $50, I would do it, yeah. But if you're just gonna help out of kindness of your heart, and you're gonna write some shit down for somebody to win a battle, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Go fucking kick rocks. You know? But me personally, I feel too that like if you know how to write, and not everybody can say they can write, not everybody knows how to put shit together. You
can listen to some songs and tell when they was being lazy. You can listen to some of the writing and be like, yeah, he was being lazy.
But that's their job. So some days they're gonna be.
Or they rushed it, or they told him we need this song in 3 hours. And
deadline. You're on a deadline. You gotta have it. And you know what?
Threw some verses together.
That's their career. That's like you going in and having a fucking day where you're like, I'm not gonna do shit. I'm not gonna do nothing except whatever I want to do.
Right.
And people are gonna listen to it. So, hang on. We gotta see where are we at right now. I have no idea what we. Fuck it. We will go to 7. We're gonna roll.
We rolling. You can always go back and edit it later.
Yeah. And here's what we're gonna do. We are going to get down to the aspect of. We got our names down, right? Everybody knows us now. Duke, Lil G.
Duke and
whenever
Lil G.
We get that line, you call in.
TaLk.
When you call in, you want to talk to one of them, you say Lil G or fucking Duke. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk to the Duke. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're going with that, people. So when you guys hear our little jingle, which we don't have, you'll know who's coming on, right?
The imaginary jingle right
now.
The jingle in your head.
Whatever fucking jingle you hear in your head. When you see the artist Swap Talk Shop Show. Also, I don't know. I showed you this part. We are in my studio right now in Little Gross Production Studio, 1983 established. That's when my mama shot me out of the VJ. I came out in this world like, meh. Well, actually, I did.
Down in the studio.
I didn't almost make it.
Huh?
I didn't almost make it. The cord was wrapped around, they say.
Oh, wow.
40 years
But you're here now.
I'm here now, 40 years later. 40 years later. But now, and I'll tell you what, people, this man sitting next to me over here, good dude, good man, fucking smart. And it doesn't matter if he goes off and does whatever in his life. This is a good dude. Just let you know. Okay?
Appreciate that. But, this is episode 1, and we're going to keep it going.
Keep it going.
You introduced...
Well, we talked about how we came about, which was with King ISO.
Right, you introduced King ISO.
Because King ISO did bring us together.
Right.
Because
so I got an artist that I want you to check out. So next time we come back, you can let me know what you think.
Yes.
I want you to check out Jeru the Damager.
Jeru the Damager.
Jeru the Damager.
All right. I am putting, you know what? Here.
And you talking about a dope MC with lyrics and wordplay and flow and rhyme.
He's got it all.
Everything. You got everything that you looking for in an MC.
I like it. I like it. I gotta type it down though. I gotta put it in my phone. Hang on.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah,
you
there we go. What am I thinking? There we go.
I want you to check out his first album, and you don't have to listen to every song. Just kind of skim through the first 2 albums, and then when we come back for episode 2, you can let me know what you think.
You can listen to however much you want to in a week. We'll do like at least a week, an episode a week, people. We're going to be launching it once we find our shit, which you'll know because we'll tell you next episode.
So I'm giving you an artist, Jeru the Damager, to go back and do your homework on, so you got to give me one. Yeah, if you don't have one right now, you can always give me one.
You trust me, I got one for you. Are you ready?
Have you heard of Jeru the Damager first?
No, that's a big no.
Great.
So
that's a good thing.
I have to ask you, have you ever heard of Snake Lucci?
No, not off the top of my head.
Ding, ding, ding. Our first episode is created.
we got Snake Lucci on deck. I got to go back and do my homework on.
Yeah, do some Snake
All right, what type of
Lucci
rapper is
did.
Snake Lucci?
Oh, dude, he's all over the place, homie. He's everywhere. He's like, fuck, he reminds
Give me somebody
me,
you would compare him to.
I was just, he's definitely part of like the East Coast,
Snake Lucci.
East Coast, even though he grew up in, he knows like King ISO and them. He grew up in that area.
Oh, is he?
But his flow style was like East Coast.
Both of us are in our 40s. Is he in his 40s, 30s, or 20s?
He's in his late 30s, early 40s.
Okay,
he's our age group.
Good.
But he reminds me of East Coast rap.
Okay, Snake Lucci.
Like AZ.
Okay.
AZ style.
Quiet Money, AZ.
Yeah, a lot of Dark Man style. Put the mask on, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The great.
Don't sound like I'm gonna like him, but I'm gonna check it out and
J Root the Damager. I'm on it. I'm gonna listen to that. You gonna listen to?
All you gonna be doing when you listen to it is nodding your head.
I guarantee it, because let me tell you too.
I don't listen to whack rappers, so you ain't got to worry about it being whack. I don't listen to nobody that's whack, so you ain't got to worry about it being whack.
I thought you said white rappers.
No, I said whack rappers. No, you can't say that. I just had you listening to OT the Real. I don't discriminate. Hip hop
I know, bro. I heard something.
No, hip hop is.
I was like, wait a minute, because I was gonna call bullshit.
Ain't no such thing. If you dope, you dope. I don't care what color you are.
Whack is whack, because whack is whack.
Off the subject, I had him listen to OT the Real, who I just got up on probably a year ago. Dope.
People, dope. That is another artist. Go ahead and check out. So I guess we could say our first episode, we had King ISO. And now we have.
The first episode we just
did right here. I'm saying we already
about a lot of stuff.
We already checked these artists out before we started recording. So
everybody know who Eminem is. So.
Well, yeah, we're not. I mean, that's mainstream shit right now, right? I'm talking about King ISO and the dude you just told me about.
J. Rue.
Yes, motherfucker's good, man.
Brooklyn keeps on taking it.
Brooklyn.
He from I think he's from Brooklyn.
So Snake Lucci would probably remind you of him too. Then
I never heard of Snake Lucci, but I'm gonna let you know though.
I have no doubts that he will impress you. I have no doubts that your artist is going to impress me.
We're going to give our opinions about these swaps, about these artist swaps on episode 2.
Yes, sir. And obviously...
And we want y'all to go check them out, too, so y'all can let us know if you feel them.
And then we'll have you fake call in.
We'll have a number for you soon.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You guys will find the fuck out where we got
a number for you soon.
I don't know if we have censors or not, wherever our show ends up. Well, we're fucking swearing.
Beep, beep. All you gonna hear is beep.
Now we'll try to keep it light so we can get some good shit, but I think
we're not censoring nothing. We don't listen to censored music.
I think people need to hear our conversations, even if they don't give a fuck about the rappers.
They will though. If they're in the hip hop, they probably know more about them than we do.
True. They're probably like, you just now hearing about this motherfucker.
They're probably like, you never heard of Snake Lucci, dude?
We've been known, motherfucker.
What the hell
you been? He been riding with a lot of Dark Man. This motherfucker talking about him now, 4 years later.
I listen to. I'm a hip hop head. I listen to everything. Some stuff I just don't get you know how it goes. You just don't get a chance to listen to a lot of stuff.
No, you don't. And a lot of things.
I listen to a lot. I try to keep up with, what's going on.
I don't know if you're like this.
The best I can.
But if you listen to a song, and be honest, if you listen to a song and they have like a special guest or whatever, somebody appearances on it, do you ever go back to say, hey, who the fuck was that?
All the time. If they rip their verse or if they steal the show, all the time.
I'll be honest, man. I just started doing that.
They steal the show. You like, wait a minute.
I mean, it's like I don't know why, but I just now recently started like looking into other artists as I hear them on a track.
I do it all the time because you like, okay, if he stole the show on this, let me hear what his album sound like.
Exactly.
If he got an album out, but you know what I mean.
But I was very close-minded as a young person though, and
you grew up listening to metal, so.
Well, yeah, and you know what? It's only about the music thing that I was close-minded with. That's it. Everything else was fucking to the wind. You know what I'm saying? But music, I was very fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do. This is who I am.
You making music too, so
true.
You looking at it differently than me. I don't, I'm a fan on the outside. You're not only a fan, but you make music, so
and let me tell you something,
definitely probably listen to music differently than
there's a difference too. This thing right here, a guitar, that motherfucker costs money. A drum set, that shit costs money. A fucking recording system, money. Lyrics on a piece of paper costs what? Steal it from a fucking store. You got pencil and paper. The point I'm making
is... You have
to
do that. A lot of people write on their phones.
Well, we grew up in a day where we didn't have the phones.
School,
but
right.
You know what I'm getting with this.
I know. I'm messing with you.
It's free, man. A mic and an amp
basically your creativity
does cost money, but its creativity is free. And writing and putting shit to a paper, free. That shit you gotta take lessons. Self-taught though.
That's good.
Self-taught in a lot of different aspects. But I think, man, that people have to really, really, really. There's a lot of good artists out there, man. You just gotta listen.
A million artists out there.
Million, not all of them.
And people
are good.
don't know about, so.
Not all of them are good.
A lot of that I don't know about, so.
And we're gonna get there. We're gonna. I hope that we start. Well, we already know we got each other because you know what, man. Like I said, the music industry has gone down the fucking middle nowadays. Nowadays, you can get famous by fucking record yourself on a phone and then go hit a fucking record over here.
What?
And then put it on the internet.
Still has to be good.
Still has to be good.
I don't think that's changed. Especially now with a lot of older artists that we grew up watching making music that's quality.
I think I have to.
You're not gonna be able to put no bullshit out and get away with it.
But there's a lot of bullshit artists out there.
It is, but are people listening to them?
If they're mainstream.
Oh, well, that's different. That's because they pushing that onto.
And that shit just dookie. That shit dookie. But yeah, I mean, yes, there is artists that make it through the cracks that are fucking shitty, and no, people that like us that actually love music and love the writing and love everything about it. Those ones that slip through, we don't listen to it because it's crap to us. You have to at least have lyrics. Know what the fuck you want to say. Have your concept. Have your as long as you have a concept, you got good lyrics, and you got that fucking drive. The beats. The beats are a big thing for me too, though.
And I think you need. Somebody around you or a team around you.
Yes.
To let you know when it's whack.
And that's what I got. Lil G's got that.
No yes man.
No yes man. You got that. You gotta have. You're right. You gotta have that
quality control.
The person, the proof.
Quality control.
Right. The proof.
Quality control.
But let's not have it just like them because I don't want to lose you. He got capped in a fucking club.
You gotta have somebody with different ears than you to let you know.
That's exactly what it is because first of all, artists are their own critics and they're always going to be hard on themselves.
And sensitive.
And sensitive on themselves. But when they hear it from a different person, either it's good or, hey, you got to do something about that. That's what that's when it gets in you. That's when it starts to build something. You know what I mean? That's when it starts to open a fire, And then people just start going. They start getting it and they start fucking killing it,
So we got our two artists that we're gonna swap for next week.
Yep.
Snake Lucci, right? I'm checking out Snake Lucci.
Yep. And
he gonna text me because I'm gonna forget as soon as I leave the studio.
Yes.
I'm gonna just say Snake Lion or something, but he gonna text me his name, so we're gonna be all good for the swap next week.
We're good. Next week,
I'm listening to Lucci and you listening to
the Damager.
There you go, the Damager. That's it. J Root.
J Root, the Damager.
The Damager.
And yes, so let's do it, man. I'm excited. This is Artist Swap Talk Shop
Episode 1.
Episode 1 with Duke.
That's right.
Lil G, and we are out.
We out of here. We'll see y'all next week.
Next week, motherfuckers. Peace.